Follow Troy.
This is Follow
Yeah,
Troy.
Follow
Troy.
Yeah.
Okay.
They closed out with this song.
They did?
Yeah.
They did.
That's right. You went to go see him.
Kind of this little post-hardcore almost, if you will.
Avant-garde, post-hardcore.
Yeah, avant-garde. I like that.
They are. So they got a little Mars Volta in them.
Yes, they do.
Artsy
Very nice.
stuff.
Yeah. Very nice. I have to say, I underestimated them a little bit.
All right.
It's an amazing show.
What's up, punks? Chaotic here.
Yeah.
Grumpy.
So
I figured here in the producer chair.
that's right. So we got a special edition of RockMental for you because it's Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all those rockin' moms out there. Thank you for everything you do. But we're gonna have a special episode. We are not live. This is pre-recorded for obvious reasons. So you can enjoy the days with your moms. We can enjoy the day with our moms in our lives. And we still want to give you the rock. But because of that, we're going to go on super speed. So we got our espresso. Cheers.
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 All right. All right. Woo. Okay.
All have
All
black.
right, you guys ready to do
I'll
some
take-
music? I feel like doing some music. You want to do some music? Music.
This is the hardest part. Great.
Oof, let's do it.
All right,
Okay.
let's do it.
So thank you all for subscribing. If you're a new subscriber, you're new here to RockMental, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit the notification button. Follow us on all the things that we're on, and we'll make sure to bring you the rock.
Absolutely. And we're going to do a mosh pit mentality real quick. Our mantra, again, we love the mosh pit. We think it's a great place to be. If you haven't been in a mosh pit, even recently, go get in one, please. So the mosh pit is our idea that we have for our community. This is what we strive for. And this is what we believe in. So everybody put your horns up. Repeat after me. If you hit the ground,
You hit the ground,
put your hand up.
put your hand up.
If you see a hand up,
You see a hand up,
put your hand out.
put your hand out.
Ask,
Ask,
answer.
answer.
That's how we rage to see another show.
That's how we rage to see another show. Nobody moshes alone.
All right.
Beautiful, beautiful mantra. We started off with the Follow Troy. Went to go see them this past week.
That's right.
Yep.
In middle of the pit. Middle of the pit. Some dude beefed it
Oof.
to the ground hard.
Ouch.
Beautiful thing. Mosh stopped. 3 guys went up to him. You're good, you're good. They pick him up. Mosh continues.
Yep.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
Oh man. Beautiful, beautiful thing.
That's right.
All right, guys. So for today, we got to you guys usual, you know, will be a quick show compared to the other ones you guys are used to, but you know, we'll still talk about our feels, talk about our weeks, give you guys some resources for mental health, if anybody may need anything. And obviously always a fun thing. We have the music. We still did our research,
Yep.
even though in a short week. We have great bands for you guys. And we have a fun little game.
Yeah.
Yeah, quick little game for you guys. We won't have you guys here to enjoy with us, but I'm sure we'll still make you laugh.
Mhm.
We'll still make fools of ourselves.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
We'll talk about a little bit about the playlist that we have for this week, who we added, and yeah, that's about it. Figured anything else?
Yeah, make sure to look at RockMental Official on pretty much all the social media platforms and go to rockmental.com. That's where you can find all of our music. You can find the posts for this week. You can find prayer episodes and stuff like that. We also have help pages and stuff there too. So that's all on rockmental.com. And yeah, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. And let's go get into it.
All right. Make sure if you're joining us on this premiere, make sure to comment. We'll be here, and tell us what you think about these bands, and tell us what you're participating in the game with us, and we'll make sure to follow along also. So don't do.
Yeah,
I got
absolutely.
this espresso taste. Hold on.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong taste.
It's a very strong
It-
taste.
Hey,
really is.
you know what else has a strong taste? Nicotine, especially if you use the old tobacco.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Speaking of nicotine,
There we go.
more specifically, blue nicotine. You all know that we featured blue nicotine like one of our first episodes. This was a long time
Yeah.
ago. They're an awesome alternative band out of Glasgow, Scotland, over there in the UK. And we did something. We actually talked to Aiden Kelly, the driving force of blue nicotine for Beyond the Pit. Watch for that episode. It's going to drop anytime soon. We'll make sure you follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, all that good stuff. so you know when the episode drops. Now, something did happen though during episode 103.
Yeah.
The audio cut out when we were featuring your band or your artist, Luke Haney,
Luke Haney.
and Blue Nicotine. So sorry to both of them, but what we did is we put out a redo on
Yeah.
YouTube. So make sure you go on there. It's available now. Go on our YouTube channel, check out the redo so you can hear Luke Haney and Blue Nicotine's music, especially before the Blue Nicotine's Beyond the Pit drops.
Oh, yeah.
So amazing artists, go do that. We're giving you homework here. This is on purpose. We're gonna check your work, okay? But we have some really awesome things going on. So check out that redo. Watch Blue Nicotine's Beyond the Pit when it comes out. And we next week's gonna be another exciting episode, isn't it?
Oh
man?
yeah, we got an excellent Beyond the Pit. I'm actually really excited about this. We interviewed one Peter Van Beets from Abdomen.
It's a fucking cool name for
That's a hell of a rock
That
star
is a
name.
musician's name.
That's a Scandinavian
yeah.
Scandinavian name.
Remember that cartoon Doug with that
Yeah.
band, the Beats?
The Beats.
Sounds like that you should be like the lead singer of Beats.
Peter Van Beek.
No, but seriously, this dude he's like one of those people that's a little quiet and intense,
Yeah.
but when they loosen up, oh man. A real dude, Figure was there with us too. He is just so authentic when he talks about like the stuff he puts in his music. Man, I was very impressed. I'm also very, very impressed. Got signed by Fat Cat Records, which is I mean, just so that you all know, Bjork, Sugar Roy,
Yeah.
some huge bands came through Fat Cat Records.
Yeah.
So
They're
I
on
expect this band to
they're on
be
their
that
way.
same level.
They're on their
on
way.
their way.
Hell yeah.
And their music is awesome. So like I said, great guy. Check out Beyond the Pit. And it'll be out next week.
Yeah, Fat Cat Records hasn't gone wrong yet.
Nope, they
Nope,
have not. They,
they
do
have
not miss.
not.
They do not miss. That is for sure.
That's right. All right, so what do we got next?
All right. Well, as you know, we're also a mental health podcast. We are not mental health professionals.
Absolutely not.
We are barely professionals in general. But what we do is we speak from our experience. So as you know, I have ADHD. And I've been dealing with it all my life.
Yep, we got bipolar PTSD thanks to the old military.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Depression. I get the sads. So yeah, that's why I like emo music.
But we're here talking about our experiences and talking to you all to help open up this conversation about mental health and provide a safe space for us rock fans to say like, yeah, life sucks sometimes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Life is hard. But we're not going through it alone. We're all in it together. And what we want to do is create this community, like Mayhem said in the mosh pit. And when we're throwing up our horns, what we're doing is we're saying fuck the stigma.
Right.
We're saying fuck the stigma. Let's talk about it. Let's not, beat around the bush and try to make other people. Let's talk about our feelings. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling depressed, if you're having a hard time, if you're in crisis, let someone know. Because in the pit, nobody moshes alone.
That's right.
That's right.
Right. So what we do is we have some resources for you. If you're in crisis, or if you know someone who's in crisis can look like a bunch of different things. 988, call or text or go online to 988lifeline.org. That is the best place to start if you need someone to talk to. If you're thinking about doing something that may not be, beneficial for you. If you know someone who might be in a tight spot and you don't know what to do, 988 is the best place to start. They will connect you with a mental health professional, an actual licensed professional, to give you advice and to give you some pointers on as far as what to do. If you are witnessing someone, a loved one, a friend, a family member, hard time, it is absolutely your right and responsibility to intervene. It is absolutely not any a dark area or a gray area. Please, if you're seeing someone struggling, ask them what's going on. What can I do? And just honestly be there and listen to them. Because together you'll find out a good plan forward and what to do. We also have some information on our website, right, Mayhem?
Oh yeah, that's right. rockmental.com/help. We have a lot of resources. So we got some more information about 988 there.
That's right.
We also have some information about helping survivors. This organization helps survivors of sexual abuse and assault. with just a ton of information and even possibly potentially some legal assistance. So check them out. But this last one is our newest partnership,
That's right.
probably our biggest partnership, and this is something that is going to impact every one of you watching if you take the time and go to this website. It's called Heads Up Guys. They are a organization out of Canada, but they service pretty much
The
the
world.
entire English speaking world.
Yeah.
And they help you anything from whether you think you have depression or not. There's surveys on there. They have access to hundreds of licensed professionals who specialize in men's health, and they are vetted by them. So you can rest assured that they have gone through all the necessary checks to make sure that they can help you, and just so much more.
Absolutely.
I would definitely go on there. We've been on there a couple times ourselves. A lot of helpful information there.
That's right.
But most importantly, I think all of us can say therapy works.
Yeah.
All of us are in therapy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think just in my experience, it's just been so fulfilling that I've been able to deal with some of the things that kept me up at night, that made my relationships with others difficult,
Yeah.
that self-abuse and alcoholism and drug abuse. You don't have to go through that.
Yeah.
It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. For me, it was very hard. But a year or two after starting, I mean, my whole world changed. And
Yeah.
I think hoping you all can at least appreciate just how long we've been in therapy and how much it's helped us. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
But and those web pages are available to you right now. rockmental.com/help, rockmental.com/heads up guys for you dudes out there. If you're thinking about it, go on. All the buttons are there. They're big. You can't miss them. Get informed. At least get some information before you make any judgment call. You know what you see on the media or what you see on TV and the movies about what
Yep.
therapy is. That's not at all what's going on. These are people who are willing and want to help you, and it's the first step forward to
Absolutely.
dealing with recovery.
So I'm gonna give you some homework. Go to Heads Up Guys and take the questionnaire about depression.
That's
See if
right.
any of the symptoms you're experiencing now point to that.
That's right.
And I guarantee you, some of you all might be surprised.
That's right.
Yes.
Yep.
Very much.
Cool. Well, you guys ready?
Let's get
Let's
into some music, shall we?
yes,
All
get
right.
to the fun.
Cool.
All
What are the
right.
rules, Grumpy?
All right. As you guys know, we take the whole week to do research,
Yep.
listen to new bands, listen to new music, and try to bring it to you guys. So we end up choosing one band each, and we'll showcase about 2 songs from these bands. We try to pick out bands that have a 50,000 monthly listeners or less.
Yep.
About.
Yep.
Like I said, we'll play 2 songs, 2 tracks, and talk about how they made us feel, why we chose them, why this particular band. We will have the Spotify barcodes posted on them. That way, the main reason we do this is to share these songs with you guys, and we want you guys to listen to them. So go ahead, listen to them, and these artists usually they need more exposure.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
great bands. So yeah, without further ado, who are we going with this week?
I'm gonna go first.
All right.
I have a winner
Oh,
here.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Um,
Words. Let's do it.
So for my selection today, I picked a 4-piece shoegaze band out of LA.
Shoegaze.
Got in my feelings a little bit this week,
Ooh.
which is actually a little weird because
Bless
Okay
you.
with
That's it.
Yes.
we need a mascot. 4-piece band out of LA was in my feels this week, and
I like it.
We haven't
Man.
done shoegaze in a while.
it's been a while. So I
Yeah.
think the closest we got was Casino Hearts a few weeks ago.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
And they were definitely shoegaze and a lot more. This band, yeah, shoegaze and a lot more. So my first song is called Need To.
Oh.
We'll go ahead and start from the beginning, Mayhem. I'm Mayhem.
You're man.
He's figured. We're going to start from the beginning, figured.
Yeah, especially
All
not
right.
here.
It has not.
Yeah. Do this.
Said he says to go to the park, get some air
remind me of somebody.
Kind of remind me of like Horse Girl and Hello Mary a little bit. Kind of like the newer shoegaze stuff. Pretty good. I got like a little hook maybe.
Yes.
A little bit.
Mhm.
Oh, I like it a lot.
Oh yeah.
really good.
So the hook. Yeah. Don't want to talk about it. Yeah. Because then I'll think about it. Yeah. I think I'll do without it. Yeah. If it's what you mean. So what I gather from that, obviously, I have no idea what this young lady's talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, her lyrics are very personal. Like if you listen to her music, I mean, there's a lot of heartache in there, and I can definitely relate to that. But this part about not wanting to talk about it because you don't want to think about it describes me perfectly. These
Yeah.
past 10 years is you go through things in life, and you go through things that are very difficult, whether it be in the military or a relationship
Yeah.
or just life.
Yeah.
Life is hard,
It's very hard.
and you don't want to talk about it all the time because you don't want to think about it. But guess what? You're gonna think about it anyway.
Yeah,
It's
that's true,
creep
true.
on
And
you,
it
dude.
creeps up
That's
on
right.
you.
Yes.
And then you do stuff like, I don't know, drink excessively or
Uh,
start, stealing pills like I
Yeah.
used to like numb those thoughts that you don't want to think about. When in fact, the answer was very simple and apparent. Just fucking talk about it.
talk about it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Just fucking talk
Right.
about it.
And that's probably like for most people, there's like the biggest barrier to seeking therapy
Mm-hmm.
is just this. What am I going to talk about it? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
That's
exactly what you need to
exactly-
do.
Well, I think that goes to like kind of like this toxic masculinity we see sometimes
Yeah,
in our gender is, you don't, only the strong don't have to talk about it. If
Yeah.
you're talking about it's because you're a pussy and you can't handle it.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's not true. It actually takes a lot more courage to talk about it.
yeah.
I
And-
wrote a blog once. I have PTSD, and getting treatment for it, I had to do things that made me very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like face away from the door of a restaurant. That was my homework assignment.
Oh,
I had to leave because I was starting to freak out.
dang.
So here I am, a grown middle-aged man afraid of the door
Yeah,
because I didn't want to talk about it.
yeah,
I had to face it or else I would have a panic attack.
yeah.
How is that healthy in any way?
It's not. Well, and a lot of times, especially when we talk about feelings and therapy and mental health, we separate it from other kinds of healthcare, right? So if especially us middle-aged men, we go to the doctor
Mhm.
and they say, "Hey, it's time for your colonoscopy." Are
Mhm.
you going to be like, "I'm not going to do that"? No, you're
Yeah.
going to go get your colonoscopy. You're going to go get it done. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
No one likes it. No one enjoys it. You got to drink that purple shit or whatever.
Yeah, the whole day before you're
Right,
miserable, the whole
right.
day after you're miserable.
It sucks. It's an uncomfortable, shitty experience,
Mhm.
but you do it.
Yes.
Exactly.
But when it comes to talking about your feelings, all of a sudden you're just like, no, we're not going to do that.
Exactly.
So if you can have a camera shoved up your ass
Yeah,
and not have a problem with it, what's talking about your feelings for an hour?
exactly.
Make that comparison.
Exactly.
Sorry
And
for the graphic nature of
Hey,
that.
it's okay.
But you know what I mean.
I know what you
No,
mean.
yeah, I know exactly
things,
what you mean.
we do things all the time that make us uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So why can't we just talk about our problems? And I'm 10 years ago, I was that guy. I don't need to talk.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm okay. Yet I'm getting shit faced every night just so I can go to sleep,
Yeah.
right? And sleep through the nightmares. That I think is probably the biggest lie in our gender is that you have to be tough, which means you can't talk about your problems.
Exactly. And it's cultural too. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
especially in the Hispanic community. Ponte las pilas. Échale ganas. Like, just man up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've read some similar comments like in the black community. Just pray on it. Just
Yeah.
pray on it. But they're basically just saying, dismiss it,
Dismiss it or ignore it.
ignore it.
Or go to the gun range. You'll be fine.
No, and
Yeah.
honestly,
You'll feel good for 2 seconds. but-
Yeah.
for me, it was a lot of you dismiss it, all these feelings that you're having, you dismiss it, you just put it in the back of your head, you don't deal with it,
Mm-hmm.
and little by little, you know, I've heard about depression. I knew what depression was. I've seen on people who are depressed, but you know, like you said, take the quiz. Like, people don't recognize the feelings within
Yep.
themselves,
Yeah.
and you keep dismissing feelings, keep dismissing thoughts, you keep putting it in the back of your head, keep shoving everything in the back, putting everything in the back burner, because you're like, it's whatever, it's easier to deal with this way.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're miserable.
Yeah.
You're unhappy with your life, you're unhappy with
Exactly.
yourself as a person, and
For real.
it's just when it could have been so easily dealt with. I mean, that I see
Exactly.
it now, it could have been so, you're still gonna have bad thoughts, you're still gonna have, but being able to voice it, being able to have coping mechanisms
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah.
don't lead you down a path where you can start becoming self-destructive.
Exactly.
Man, we got all that from one lyric.
From half a hook.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right. So the next song,
Powerful song.
Very
yes,
powerful. That was
very
really good.
powerful song. The next song I have is called Bummer. Figure will start at 1 minute 15 seconds.
Don't wanna go to your party. Don't wanna talk if I'm not in the mood. Take a bite of my pride, swallow it down. Empty your mouth and just spit me out. You could do without. I said you could come over. Doesn't mean that I'll have to entertain you.
Very
Yep.
good.
So I got a little beach house in this one, maybe.
There you go.
Not as shoegazy.
This reminds me of like the soundtracks from like movies from the early 2000s. Remember
Yeah.
like Old School and Road Trip, and like they
Yeah.
have a lot of this kind of music.
Yeah, and it's not like, I don't want to say like the overproduced stuff that we used to get back in the days. It's
Yeah,
just like
it's
that
a little bit
really
more
raw,
lo-fi.
lo-fi.
Yes.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
the shoegazy movement.
for
It's-
you kids out there. The counterculture at the time had like this theme that focused a lot on the lo-fi sound.
Yeah.
It wasn't this overproduced stuff, and I think that's why bands like
the Strokes.
The Strokes, Nickelback get a little bit of hate because they had a lot of resources put onto them.
Yeah, they
Whereas
did.
you have smaller bands from the era that they didn't, and you can really tell. But I prefer the lo-fi.
Yeah.
I mean, especially early 2000s, the
Mhm.
Strokes were the ones that kind of
Yeah,
that little bit more lo-fi when you were hearing everything
Yeah.
sound super produced.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. Maybe with second, third-ish record, is it just got produced in a way that it doesn't the Strokes anymore.
It didn't hit the same.
So is this
This
it?
It?
Was perfect.
Yeah.
I equate it with like the Hot Hot Heat Elevator. Those
Oh,
two
very good.
came around the same time. Very good records, not overproduced. You had that raw energy in it. But then you have stuff like Nickelback, and you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Like, it's already like chewed for you. And like you're
There
just
you
kind
go.
of, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
That's a
Like,
good way to put it.
it's
Yeah.
not appetizing, I guess. Like, you want some texture in there.
That's true.
Do you have the lyrics for that?
Yeah, I do. It's right here.
The where it started at. Oh my god, those lyrics hit, especially where we had just talked about.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah. It says, I don't want to go to your party. I don't want to talk if I'm not in the mood. Take a bite of my pride, swallow it down. Empty your mouth and just spit me out. You can do without. I said you could come over. Doesn't mean I have to entertain you. If you really wanted to have fun, I'm not the one.
You know. All right, to me that goes kind of like with my train of thought. What was going with the last song.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not being able to recognize what depression was for me.
Yeah.
Just not finding joy
Yeah.
and things that I loved, things
Mm-hmm.
that were my thing. It's not being to find that joy and not like, I don't want to be at this party. I don't want to be here with my friends. Can I just go back to my living room and just rot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, not finding the joy, not finding the motivation to be
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah. But it's almost like a defensive sort of like mindset of I'm just gonna do my thing.
Yeah.
You guys can do whatever. I'm gonna do my
Well,
thing.
That whole thing about, yeah, you can come over, but I don't want you to be around. Like,
Almost like a do what you want.
it's kind of like pushing away with one hand and pulling in with the other.
Exactly.
It's like, I need someone, but I don't want someone. Like, that's kind of how I took it. And I can absolutely, definitely relate to that.
Yes.
You don't want to be alone, but you want to be left alone.
Yes.
And that's just,
But you know, I will say for some people that is sort of the need, right?
yeah.
Like they don't need an overbearing, what's going on? What's happening? Are you
Mhm.
okay? What's going on? But they just need someone there,
Yeah.
you know? I'm saying from the flip side of that.
I
Mhm.
I understand it, but it, you know, going, especially when I was going through my stuff, like I had at the time my significant other there, but there was at times where like no, just leave me alone.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
Alone. You know, and it
Yeah.
having your own demons that you're fighting, you know, will start showing in others. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
eventually
true.
it spreads. It's
That's
a
true. Yeah.
it's a weed that spreads.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think I talk a lot of shit about Morrissey. Fuck you, Morrissey. But this is what I'm gonna say. In Morrissey's lyrics, they're very selfish. They're a lot like this, saying, "I need, I want," but you get nothing back.
Yeah.
And it fails to recognize that relationships are reciprocal,
Yeah. Two-way
Um,
street.
two-way street. Sometimes you're in a good place and your partner is not. And
Exactly.
you need to help pick up the pieces there a little bit, help pull things along to get them in the right place, and vice versa. My wife is a perfect example of that. She can look at me and be like, "What's going on?"
Yeah. Same.
And I don't even have to say usually that I'm not feeling well. She
Yeah.
knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes the other way too. She had a very stressful week this week.
Yeah.
And I had to really step up and, try to not only support her emotionally, because, women need that event every once in a while, but also everything that goes along with that, responsibilities at home,
Yep.
responsibilities with the kids, so
Yep.
that she has time to cope with everything.
Yeah.
And I think people fail to realize that it's could be fulfilling to be that person
Yeah.
for somebody else.
Yeah, for sure.
Morrissey. Anyways, I'll get off my Morrissey soapbox and who's up?
That'd be me.
That'd be groupie.
Oh,
That'd
okay.
be me. Great band, by the way.
That was
Thank
very
you.
good.
Great
very,
band.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
That was good.
That was a
good
great
pick.
band.
Good
I
pick.
like that. For me, I went with a band that I kind of already included in one of our that previous episode's playlists,
Mhm.
and I gave a little hint that maybe I'll be, looking them up, bringing them back up. They're called Arcadia Grey.
Arcadia Grey.
Arcadia Grey.
Like a bad guy for your movie.
It's about a 20,000 monthly listeners.
Okay.
They describe themselves like as a do-it-yourself kind of a crunch together band.
Mhm.
Okay.
They have a little, they sound familiar to me, and I was able to piece it out. But to me, it's a very kind of punkish, pop punkish or emo punk
Mhm.
sound, and their lyrics, their lyrics go along with that route.
Mhm.
Young band. They call themselves Sparkle Punk. I'm sorry,
Sparkle
Ooh.
Punk.
Sparkle Punk.
Okay.
That's
Bubble Grunge or Sparkle Punk.
Sparkle Punk sounds fun.
Yes,
Bubble.
from the Midwest. They have a few EPs and an album out.
Okay.
This first song is called Monster, but Monstar.
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 Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I'll let's play from the beginning.
All right. Let's do it.
Left the Midwest, so maybe that's why I can cut myself to American football at night.
band.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The what?
The Backseat Lovers.
Yes.
Maybe like Surf Curse a little bit too.
Like that.
How can you
Where's
be like?
your post-punk?
How can you be like lo-fi post-punk and so clean at the same
Yeah,
time?
that's true.
Like, oh man, great. I love it.
It's
Mm.
a great band.
Mhm.
A little bit of the lyrics. So I never left the Midwest, so maybe that's why I can cut myself to American football at night. At night,
Dang.
and in the hopes that I'll be fine. I'm a monster. I'm a monster in your eyes. I'm a monster. I'm a monster. I'm a monster in disguise.
Dang, that's
It's a little bit.
that's
it's
That's
hard.
very heavy.
That's
Yeah.
Yes,
dark,
it's
yeah.
not self-hate, but a lot of you know, we were just talking about being selfish and lyrics about me,
Mhm.
and this one's more about like, well, knowing that like I'm toxic.
Yeah.
stay away from
Stay
me.
away from me. Acknowledging there's like so much other stuff going on.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, but I can understand being in that self-hate, being in that like
Yeah.
I'm not right now. I'm not.
Yeah.
So I know, and it happened to me. I told people like, don't be around me. I'm
Yeah.
not right, and that's far from the truth. You still need the ones around you. You still need
Yeah.
the ones who love you. But I understand the feeling. Feeling that way, feeling that you're not at this moment. You're not enough
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
people.
But it could be like kind of like an ejector seat for a relationship, right? Like you're in a relationship and that person challenges you so much.
Yeah.
And not in a bad way. It could even be in a good way. And you're like, you know what? You don't want to be around me.
Yeah.
Ejector seat out. You're making yourself the excuse
Yeah.
to not make yourself uncomfortable.
Well, it's a very common theme too.
Oh, yeah.
And not just relationship, just any relationship
Any-
with
yeah.
family, with
Mhm.
friends, with that 1 foot out the door sort
Yes.
of, which for some people feels safe,
Mhm.
but in reality, you're not giving your genuine self to someone,
Exactly.
and that can end up, hurting not just yourself and your relationships with other people, but just how you interact, right?
Just yourself. Like I spoke to it. Like I'd rather go out in my own living room by myself.
Yeah.
And you're right. It was a coping mechanism where
Yeah.
like I'm not being fun for you guys today. I'm not feeling. I'm not.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You guys don't need me around. So I'm gonna go.
Yeah. It's almost like that victim
Yes.
mentality.
Mhm.
And in a way,
Right?
yes. Yeah.
Well, I've always said depression in a way is a very selfish disease because you're so focused on yourself.
Yeah.
Everything that you're
Yes.
going wrong, how terrible you feel and everything that you fail to recognize. And in my life as a parent and as a spouse, I have responsibilities too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I was just saying I go lock myself in the office, get on the computer, watch YouTube, and I'll be fine. Like I don't need nobody around, but kids need someone to talk to. They
Yeah.
need a parent in their life to like teach them how to be a productive contributing member of this society.
Yeah.
You're married
Mm-hmm.
or you have a partner, you might want to invest in that relationship.
Actually talk to them.
Yeah, actually talk to them.
Yeah.
And I think we lose sight of that.
Yeah.
We become so, I guess, engrossed in our own misery that we fail to realize, we have other things.
All right, guys. For my second song, I felt like they have a direct influence.
Okay.
You can really tell a direct influence on this one.
All right.
The song is called "Skirt Cobain."
Kurt Cobain.
Skirt Cobain.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Let's start it about 40 seconds in. Figured.
Oh.
I miss every single conversation that we had in bed. I miss the nights that we were so bored.
Me, that sounds very, very much like very what's the first album of My Chemical Romance?
Yep. 3 Cheers.
3 Cheers for
Revenge.
Revenge?
Yeah.
Does that not sound like My Chemical
It
Romance?
does. The same energy is like I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Kind of the same. Yeah. Yeah, I picked it up too. Good, man. Little post-hardcore there.
Yeah.
It's a little post-punk in the first side, a little post-hardcore in this side. Okay.
That sparkle punk they call themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see my chemical romance. Yeah.
Super good.
And it's hard. It's a love song.
Yeah.
They're talking about, I miss you, but I want my shit back.
Yeah.
That's a yeah. That's
But I mean, it really talks about he talks about I want my stuff in my dorm room, being young, being that young, being
Yeah.
able that little we're all to blame here. That little toxicity
Yeah.
of that love-hate relationship where,
yeah.
and I mean, it wouldn't just be in a relationship, it can be any kind of relationship. I've had friendships like this where
Yeah.
Yeah.
you need to learn when to step back. And,
Yeah.
it's like, it's continuing this friendship, continues this relationship, continuing this type of relationship I had with my father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just contributes more to your anxiety, to your depression, to your,
Yeah.
it's not beneficial to
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah.
And you gotta learn when to step back.
Yeah.
Gotta give space to each other.
Well, and it's communicating boundaries,
Yes.
right? Like there, and I think a lot of times a lot of people don't realize, like in relationships and marriages and friendships with family, those relationships are built on very healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And saying like, okay, there's a line here. Like, let's make sure we both honor. I'm not gonna step over this way. You're not gonna step over that way. And I think communicating what those boundaries are very important.
Yeah.
And anyone, especially if you're dealing with mental health issues, because like you said, like there's some times where you do need to like, I just need some,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And have a safe space for yourself to collect your thoughts
Mhm.
but communicate in a way where it's not gonna like make other people mad or make
Yeah.
whatever. But I get what you mean. Yeah, man. Like it's just
There's
boundary.
points you set
Yeah.
the boundaries, you do it, but there's certain points where nothing productive is gonna come out of
Yeah.
continuing conversations with a certain person. Like I said,
yeah.
relationship, friendship, family member. It's just their reaches a certain point.
Yeah, you're
Like,
just like,
nothing productive is getting done.
you know what? I'll talk to you later.
I'll talk to you later.
At that age, though, relationships are almost like a revolving door.
Yeah.
They're very fast. I mean,
Mhm.
not just romantic or sexual relationships, but friendships as well. How many friends do you have from 20 years ago?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Three, and the three guys I've been.
Yeah. Wow.
Seabass, I got Seabass.
Seabass up there. I can't be friends with some of them because they
Yeah.
were my drinking buddies. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I think this revolving door idea doesn't really end for some people. They still have these
That's true.
very shallow relationships. And as we grow older, I think we seek these deeper relationships, but
Mhm.
then you kind of have that barrier, the stuff you don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
And I think that might be perpetuating that revolving door. So you don't have support because you don't want to actually ask for it, or you don't want someone to figure out that you're kind of hurting something.
Yeah.
And I've joked about it so many times here. Hugging or kissing the homies goodbye.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, that you're right. My
Mhm.
my social circle has
Mhm.
shrunk exponentially as you get
Yeah.
older and you get
Yeah.
older. But like the three guys that I hang out with today,
Mhm.
those are my friends.
Those are your
Those have
dudes.
been my dudes. But those are my guys because, and the few friends I do have, those are my people because
Yeah.
these are the people that I've allowed myself to be vulnerable in front of,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and they know it, and they've supported me, and I've supported them in their vulnerability. And
Yeah.
as men, it's very easily is like, nah.
Mhm.
No, be a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't show those emotions. We don't talk about here. Get a beer. Get a this. We
Yeah.
don't. But there's, I don't know. There's a makes a friendship that much more once you know you can be vulnerable with
Yeah.
a certain person.
Fuck yeah.
I think we need to talk, I think, as a society about what affection between men is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Because all relationships at some point have an affectionate side to that.
Yeah.
My affection with my wife is very different than my affection with you guys. And
Yeah.
not to say that the affection has to be physical, like, I'm not going to hold hands with you. I'll help you up, but I'm not going to hold your hand the whole time unless I really need to. But there's an affection there. Like, you can have pet names for each other and like joke around about stuff that you know is safe to joke around, go out and have a beer and roughhouse and stuff. That's affection for men.
Yeah.
Why can't we talk about that? And what it is you're just showing love for each other.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's very natural to like,
Mhm.
you know, especially, you know, having close friends say, hey, I love you, dude.
Yeah.
It's that's natural, man, because you're externalizing, you're putting words to a very common emotion that, yeah, like society is kind of like, oh, that's good. Like, no, that's not.
No.
That's, you're showing appreciation and love for someone who is
Yeah.
important in your life, and they need to be told that.
Yeah. But it's
You
not
know?
just told, but they need to be shown that. And I think
Yeah,
that's where
yeah,
affection
exactly.
goes.
Yeah.
So like for us, I mean, we dab each other up, give a little hug, hey, what's up, man? Or on the way out too.
Yeah.
It could be like that. Or if you're just having a bad day.
Yeah.
And your friend just puts an arm around you and says, dude, I got you.
Yeah,
Yes.
How
Or-
much is that?
exactly.
Like, how much does that help?
And think about it, the many times where, like, yeah, you've had a shitty day and you text your buddy or whatever, and like just unannounced they show up, 6-pack,
Yeah.
sit down next to you, and that's it.
Not talk.
And
They're
that's
just
not- they're just
there.
there, but you know they're there. But that's the type of affection, even though on the outside world doesn't look at affection
Yeah.
at all. But like, that's the type of affection like sometimes I think we take for granted.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll even to a certain to a further point. No, we're adults now. We all have busy lives. I'm
Yeah.
a father. We all have full careers, and you know I shut myself out from a lot of people,
Mhm.
and just to have these, being able to be open with them again and understanding sometimes we need time with each other. Sometimes it's just as like, hey, play video games, I'm gonna log in.
Yeah.
We suck. We get killed so
Yeah.
fast. But just being on the little headphones with them and giggling and laughing the
laughing
whole
about-
time,
yeah.
even though we
Yeah,
just needing that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like, hey, dude, this is my last one. I have to go to sleep. All right, man. Love you, bud. We'll talk to you. We'll see you
Yeah.
tomorrow.
That's it.
But just being there for each other, giggling,
Mhm.
having that like that outpour of like, hey, I need a connection. I miss you guys, and just
Exactly.
even having that to that level, it's that's
So what you're saying is us guys need to play more video games.
Yes. Be
I mean,
more affectionate in a manly, a way that translates to our needs. We don't need physical affection. Like, well, I know nothing about women, but I imagine women need more physical affection, holding hands, hugging, stuff like that. Whereas guys, we're more distant physically, but we still need that kind of
Well,
care, right?
Yeah, it's the
I'm
same.
not gonna lie. I still hug my homie.
Yeah, yeah, you do the whole like, what's up?
No,
I hug my
you're like,
homies.
yeah,
Mhm.
and you know it's different for everybody, and
Yeah.
there's that comfort level with everybody, but it still comes from the same place. I think that's the
Yes.
biggest thing. It still comes from that place of emotion. It doesn't matter if you hug them, doesn't matter if you
Yeah.
give them have a secret handshake. It doesn't matter if like you know you just give them a what's up.
Stop.
You know, it's still coming from that place of showing mutual respect,
Oh yeah.
mutual trust, mutual love.
Oh yeah.
And you know however you want to express it, I think it's just expressing it
Yeah.
Mhm.
is important.
How
enough.
many times have we been, or you guys have been in a conversation with a guy who's
Mhm.
having just a shitty time? You go put your arm around him and they grab onto you and hold
Yeah,
for a long time.
yeah,
Affection is important. It's, you're showing that person you're there physically for them.
exactly.
We shouldn't be afraid of physical affection between men. I mean, obviously there's boundaries and stuff
Oh,
that we have
yeah.
to observe, but
Yes.
I think that might be something that prevents a lot of this discussion because we don't want to get in our feels or
Well, and it's this weird connotation of like, oh, you're gay.
Mm-hmm.
First off, that has nothing to do with anything.
I know.
Has nothing to do with that. But in the second thing, it's like we shouldn't dismiss it automatically. Like if
Yeah.
someone's reaching out, if someone's saying, I need a hug, it's for a reason,
Exactly.
you know? And I think that's kind of where we need to man up a little bit, grow up a little bit,
Yep.
you know, and just, if you do a hug,
Exactly.
put your arm around them, send them a text saying, what's up, dude?
I've had friends who are gay, and you can be affectionate with a gay person. It has more to do with you and your insecurity than it does with the other person.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think that also plays into a lot of the toxicity we have.
And the immaturity.
And
It
It's
is.
immaturity. Like, grow up, guys. Like, that's,
Like,
Yeah.
I joke around a lot. I even joke around with my friends. You know, yeah, I'm gonna kiss you goodbye, like on the forehead, or like, oh, dude, come on, boundaries, whatever. But jokes aside, when we leave,
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Yeah, we high five and we give each other a good hug because
Yeah.
sometimes we'll go weeks without seeing each other.
yeah.
We've had bad times recently in our lives, and
Yeah.
we've had good friends pass
Yeah.
away. As a matter of fact,
That's right.
Mhm.
That's true.
and you know, you still will joke about it, but we will show our
Yeah.
appreciation to each other,
Yeah.
our love to each other.
Well, I think that whole meme kind of makes a mockery of male affection because the kiss the homies thing is like the guy's worst
Yeah.
fear, right? Like your
Yeah.
buddy's gonna go in for a kiss or something.
No.
But that's not what it is at all.
Yeah.
And like I think it's kind of a genius meme because it kind of points out an insecurity in a lot of men who are not gay.
Mhm.
And I don't want to be perceived as gay, but then you think, hey, is there really anything wrong with being gay? Like
There
I
really
think
isn't. And
it's an insecurity that
it very much is. And,
Yeah.
and it's a juvenile insecurity.
very
It's
stupid.
stupid because who cares?
But guess what? You got gay people at work.
Yeah.
You got gay people in your
But-
social
but-
circle.
They make it sound like it's like the worst thing in the world. It's
Yeah.
like being an asshole
Yeah,
is
it's
a lot
the
worse.
worst thing in
Being
the
a
world.
complete dick is a lot worse.
When you tell someone between 2 and 14% of our population is in some way not straight, 2 to 14%, that means there's like
There's a-
12% of people not reporting something
Yeah.
or kind of reporting
But-
something or
Well, and it has nothing to do with sexuality. That's the thing.
Well, see, that was gonna
Exactly.
be my point. Like,
Right?
like breaking it down to sexuality, I was like, it's at the end of the day, it's like your ability to let yourself be vulnerable
Yeah.
to someone, and if you have to break it down to sexuality or vulnerability, like I feel like people break it down to sexuality more, but you know, as men, typically, like we don't let ourselves be vulnerable
Oh.
very easily.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's for a lot of people, it's
That could
really
be
hard.
the
Yeah.
vulnerability is
That-
getting
yeah.
confused with this insecurity. Yeah,
Exactly.
And it's dumb. It's just
it really is.
it's just
fucking stupid.
dumb. Like, I mean, how many people do you know are just complete assholes?
Exactly.
If they touch you, do you turn into an asshole? No, that's not how it
That's not
works.
how it works.
That's not how it works. You know?
Mm.
And that's the thing is, we're stupid.
Yeah.
If you're our age and you believe some of that stuff, maybe it's time to reconsider where you're getting all of these
Well,
things from.
And when you think about it, a lot of times when we do show affection, it's usually only reserved for like critical times, like a funeral.
Yeah.
Yes.
When it's almost too late to show affection.
Mhm.
You know, especially when you lose a friend, especially when you lose a loved one.
Exactly.
Like, don't some of you wish like, fuck, I should have hugged them more. I should have told them I love you more. I should have
Mhm.
shown them that more. And that's where the regret comes in. Like, you
and
don't have to wait.
And,
you
and
know?
it really sucks because, you know, I did become more affectionate. I feel like
Mhm.
until I lost someone really dear in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really sucks that had to be
Mhm.
the eye-opening. And I wished I hugged this guy more. And I wished I could have told my friend, hey, dude, I love you, man.
Yeah.
I love you and I'm here for you. You
Yeah.
know, to have that be the moment to kind of shift your perspective and be more open to stuff
Mhm.
like that. It just,
Yeah.
like you said, sometimes it's great for the friends I do have here and that can share these moments with,
Mhm.
but it's too late for the friend that I wish I could share this with.
well, maybe that's what we need to prevent some of this self-harm
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
is just knowing that there's someone there
Yeah.
to listen, to be there, to give you a hug if you need a hug.
Yeah.
And it's this just fucking toxic masculinity that just preventing us from actually being comfortable doing that and perpetuating this idea that
Well, I mean, you could still be a man.
yeah, exactly.
There's nothing unmanly about saying, "Hey, dude, I love you."
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make you anything less. And I mean, you can call it toxic. You can call it whatever the fuck you want. Like,
Yep.
we're human beings. You know, at the end of the day, we're skin and bone and blood and flesh, and we have certain needs as human beings,
Yeah.
and we can't dismiss our biology or whatever to say, "Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. That's unnatural." No, being alone
Exactly.
is unnatural.
Yes.
Having people
Exactly.
suffer in silence is unnatural. Like that,
Mhm.
that shouldn't happen. But yet we're so focused on stupid shit that doesn't matter.
Exactly.
So homework, go hug your buddies.
That's right.
Yes. Kiss the homies goodbye.
Kiss the
Tell
homies
me goodbye.
goodbye after you receive consent. Of
Yeah,
course.
Yes.
that's it.
Yes.
Man,
On the forehead, on the cheek, wherever you want.
Man, we're going deep into
Yeah,
this.
I know.
We're
We
going-
got that.
we
We got that from a toxic relationship lyric.
Yeah. Well, it's communicating.
It's communicated. Yes.
Cool.
But again, that my band Arcadia Gray.
Very good.
Very good
Very
band.
good,
Very
yeah.
good band. About again 20,000 monthly listeners. They deserve to be way more
Oh, yeah.
popular than that.
Hell yeah.
You can definitely tell that little emo, that
Mhm.
punk, pop punk
Yeah.
influence they have. So please go check them out. Very good band.
Definitely.
Cool.
All right.
All right, gentlemen. I think the
Yeah.
best for last.
Oh,
let's do this.
You know, we
Um,
brought some bands this
That's
week.
right.
Very,
Let's-
very good bands. Very good bands. I think
Alright.
we've outdid
I'm
ourselves this
actually
week.
like getting good at.
I
it.
know,
Right?
right?
All right.
Cool. I mentioned last week. I fell through like sort of a metalcore rabbit hole,
Ooh, okay.
and I don't know if the algorithm was trying to tell me something or whatnot, but man, there was some kick-ass bands. And
Okay.
one band in particular, I added to last week's playlist, and this kept coming up and coming
Mhm.
up. This band is called Befell.
Okay.
They are a 4-piece metalcore band out of State College, Pennsylvania.
Ooh, okay.
For those Nittany Lion fans. If
Okay.
not, I will not disclose which Big Ten team I go for. Let's just say
Not Penn.
let's just best in the country right now. Anyway, they only have 2.5K monthly listeners on
Ooh,
Spotify.
okay.
Ooh.
You're gonna hear them and you're gonna think, how the hell do they only have 2.5? They're so polished, so clean.
Okay.
I'm gonna play this first song. It's called Tribulation Wilted. This is the song that just kept popping up, and it just kicks ass, man. We're gonna join in. There's an awesome intro, but we're gonna join in about 30 seconds in. This is Tribulation Wilted by Beef.
Kind of reminds me of Pierce the Veil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Beef Mail.
Yeah, they got some good qualities, kind of like Pierce the Veil, Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that metalcore kind of.
Damn. They got like a little Avenged Sevenfold
They
also
do.
with some of those runs.
Kind of
Yes.
the melodic runs in the
Yeah.
back.
So it's like a perfect. It's almost like they call themselves a metalcore, but like they include some of the thrash
Mhm.
with like some of the like some of the fast stuff, but then they include some of like the melodic stuff like you would hear like from like a Trivium or
Yeah.
Avenged Sevenfold.
Well, people fail to realize how hard it is to play metalcore music
Yeah.
half decently, but then you're adding in this other element of the melodic.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's really, and later on in the song it has both a breakdown, like a traditional metalcore breakdown,
Mhm.
and a solo, like
Yeah.
a gut wrenching solo. Like it is
Oof.
It is. I mean, you heard a little bit of the guitar. I think
Yeah.
imagine that in this full solo,
Oh.
like an Avenged Sevenfold worthy
Yeah.
solo.
I think what people underestimate with Avenged Sevenfold is how difficult their songs are.
Yeah.
Backcountry
Oh shit.
is like 4 different songs just kind of smushed together.
Yeah.
And people don't understand how difficult it is to go from that fast to this melodic kind of
Mhm.
almost opera kind of
Yeah.
singing. It is incredible. These guys,
Right.
Very good.
They're
very good.
They've been around for a while. They've been a band. They've put out, I think, about 3 EPs, but a shit ton of singles.
Okay.
And they've been gigging around the Pennsylvania circuit, different clubs and different bars over there.
Okay.
But they're really good, man.
Yeah.
I like this song, Tribulation Wilted. It talks a lot about letting go of the past self.
Okay.
Letting go of the past self. So like it
Mhm.
talks about now that your shackles have been lifted from your bloody wrists.
Mm-hmm.
I think it talks about like the stresses and the regrets and the things that keep you down, keep you shackled,
Yes.
keep
Yep.
you away. And now that they've been lifted, you can persist. You can use this
Mm-hmm.
to say by like later on, start screaming newfound strength. It starts screaming that newfound strength, like this whole thing, this whole idea of just letting go. Whether it's regret, whether it's trauma, whether it's just shit that you've done and like you're just like, I want to be done with it. Think of that metaphor, the shackles. Like
Yeah.
that's what it does. It shackles you. It keeps you prisoner in your own head,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? And you're constantly reliving this shit that happened a long time ago. And I remember past episode you mentioned something like the worst that's happened has already happened.
Yes.
Right? That's what it reminded me of. Like, dude, it happened. The worst that's
Mhm.
happened's already happened. And the more you think about it, the more you're just reliving it, the more you're just putting the shackles tighter,
Yep.
right? And I think a lot of times I couldn't find lyrics, but I think it's the bloody wrists references.
Yeah.
I don't think it's meaning self-harm. I think it's meaning like just the
It
tightening,
gets so tight.
the tight of the wrist. And think about like, shackles or handcuffs or being restrained and just how
Sometimes it's mental, man. It's
Yeah.
your own self. It's just for me, it was even getting better therapy and everything. There was still like a sense of guiltiness. Of,
Yeah.
like, trying to enjoy myself.
yeah.
Yep.
I was like, why do I feel guilty now that I want to?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like be straight. Like I need it to be back there again.
Yeah. It's almost like you feel like you don't deserve to have a good
Yes.
time. You feel like
Yes.
you deserve to not be happy. And this comes
To move
from,
on.
Yeah, and this stems from trauma. This stems
Mhm.
from abuse. This stems from, basically people in your life or traumatic events mind fucking you basically
Yeah.
Mhm.
to convince you that you're not deserving of these good things.
I'm gonna put on my nerd hat a little bit.
Oh, okay, let's do
I
it.
believe the psychologist called it learned helplessness.
Learned help. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
And there's this imagery of an elephant that's chained to a stake,
Mm,
right, for months and months and months, and you take off that rope, but they don't move a stake
Yeah.
because they've learned that they can't move. Even though you're released in your mind, you still can't over.
Yeah.
And that's what I got from here is like it's just getting tighter and tighter, tighter, even though it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
It's like you're a prisoner in the cell that you
Yeah.
yourself.
Well,
love
and
that.
it's but it's a two-step process too, because here, like it says, your tribulations have wilted, like
Yep.
your struggles are gone, everything's gone. Now what?
Now what? Exactly.
Are you gonna be the elephant that sticks next to the stake, or are you gonna move on? I think that's what this
Mm.
song is talking about, like finding that newfound strength, finding letting your past self die,
Yeah.
right? I think that's a common theme in metal music, especially like imagery of death. It's not like dying, but like
Mhm.
having a form of yourself that is problematic for you, that is persisting the trauma, persisting the self-hate, letting that side die.
Yeah.
So you can live your best life somewhere else,
Exactly.
Yes.
you know? I mean, like I said, these guys, a 4-piece. It's Bruce Boring on guitar and vocals. Got John Perini on bass, Jace Ebersole on drums, and Mitch Caprio on guitar. These dudes
Mhm.
freaking rock, man. I think like I said, they've been putting out music for quite a while now. Their Bandcamp is full if you're interested in looking at them.
Mhm.
Let me get to the second song. This song is called "Endless Cycle," and
Okay.
I think we all, just by the title alone, can you know relate to what kind of endless cycle it is.
Yeah.
This one, I'm gonna start in the second verse because it kind of has like a dark imagery on the first part, but the second verse comes up and it has some really cool lyrics. So let's start off about like a minute and a half, minute 40. This is "Endless Cycle" by Bfell.
Come on.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say that.
Back and forth, right?
Ooh, the drums are tight, dude.
Everything, the picking, the drums, like they're in sync. You can tell these guys have been playing for a while, and it's just so clean, so crisp, and so polished. Like, how are they not supporting Avenged Sevenfold? How are they
Exactly.
not on tour with some of these huge bands, man? They're so good, they're so clean. I like this song just because it talks about that verse starts about grasping reality, and letting go of what's not real. And to me, that just sums up therapy. Because, when you talk about these things and you talk about what's bothering you and talk about like these, something like that, sometimes your therapist will just be like, that's not at all what's happening.
Yeah.
That's not what this person meant. Or giving you a dose of like what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Right. And I think a lot of times, especially when we're spiraling in our own heads, this, the mental doom scrolling and like, oh my God, did I say this right? Or, oh my God, I'm revisiting this argument I had 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, that's not real. That's not reality. And a lot of times we do need to be brought back down to earth a little bit and get a scope around, look around and say like, no, what's real is here. Like, you guys are real. This tape, like, everything's real. What's going on in my head necessarily isn't. And it talks a lot about kind of the same theme, like letting go of your past self. So like the last part of that chorus is relapse, reframe, strive to make a change, and my past self soon I forget.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna go through your shit,
Yeah.
I mean, anyone who's gone through struggling with addiction or even depression, anxiety, they have these relapsing moments.
Yeah.
They happen. It's not anything, yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's not like it's part of the process.
Yeah.
But it's also an opportunity to learn, like, how can I refrain from this? How can I stop myself from this? How can I heal to strive to make that change so I can say bye to that guy that I don't like anymore, right?
And like battling these demons,
Yeah,
addiction, depression, any of these things, it's a lifelong issue. You're not like, hey, I beat depression.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I beat the flu. I'm
Yeah.
good.
yeah,
No, it's just it's reoccurring.
Yep.
There, and it's gonna hit sometimes when you don't expect it for some reason.
exactly.
But it's learning from it, learning from your past self,
Yeah.
like learning the coping skills, the coping mechanisms,
Yeah.
recognizing symptoms yourself, and like, okay, but it's yes, I feel like you can say bye to your old self, but learn from him. Remember,
Yeah,
learn from your
Yeah.
learn from your mistakes, learn from your. I wouldn't even say call them mistakes. It's learn
life.
from life. Yeah, learn
Yeah.
from the process.
Yeah.
If you want to grow, learn from it. Don't fall to the same habit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you can't ignore him either.
Yes,
Exactly. I think in my therapy, like, I talked about like all the stuff that happened, addict, and
Yes.
stuff like that, and gets a time like, I'm not worth any of this. Like, it's not worth it, and like that. And my therapist was like, what evidence do you have that any of this is true?
Yeah.
That you're going to relapse? What, have you relapsed? No. Is it a possibility? Yes. But have you?
Mhm.
You had a bad relationship. Does that make you unworthy? Like, what evidence?
Exactly.
Like, I think we get trapped in these cycles, and he's like, it's that cycle that you want to break
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly.
after a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not drinking in secret anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a bottle of liquor under my bed just to help me sleep, or I'm not going through people's pill bottles to see what they have
Yeah.
anymore. Like, I'm not that person anymore. I think what we need to realize is we're not the same person we are even yesterday,
Yeah,
Yes.
or
exactly.
even a year ago. I'm not the same alcoholic from 10 years ago. I've grown.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that prevents us from growing, is not forgiving ourselves, first off, for being
Yeah.
really stupid and making bad
Yes.
decisions,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
two, accepting that you can grow beyond this. And that's the scariest thing. That was the scariest thing for me, was if I don't have alcohol, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or if I can't find that my favorite muscle relaxer, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not that person anymore.
Exactly.
I'm a father. My therapist explained it perfectly. It's like, who are you?
Hmm?
And I was like, I'm a father. No. That's what you are. But who
Oh
are
shit.
you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was hard for me to explain.
Yes.
And she was like, that's where we're going to start.
Yeah. And it's hard, especially us dudes. Like, I
Mhm.
think, you can call it societal norms, you can call it pressures, you can call it
Mhm.
whatever, but like, yeah, you ask any man, hey, who are you? First thing you're gonna say is like, oh, I'm a mechanic, I'm an engineer. You start with your profession,
Exactly.
or you start with like, I'm just a dude. I like heavy metal. Like you said, like
Mhm.
that's not who you are.
What you are. Yeah.
Dang, that's heavy.
it's-
That's heavy, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
There was a little life hack that my therapist told me. Is like, and like talking to people, getting to know people, it's asking them, like, kind of like asking them who they are or whatever,
Mhm.
and everyone usually starts with career. I do this and that. Tweak that question. Tell me something you're excited about. They're really excited about the career, they'll tell you about the career.
Yeah.
They're
Mhm.
really excited, like, maybe that little tweak
Yeah.
will tell you more about who that person is. So then tell you, ask yourself the same. What are you excited about? What excites you right now?
Yeah, that's true. That's good.
That tweak it a little bit, and it tells you more about hey,
Mhm.
who am I right now?
Yeah.
Who am I? What am I about right now?
Yeah. And because that could change.
Yeah, and it does. It does. It
And
really
that can
does. As we
change.
grow, it does change.
Yep.
Yeah. Fun reminder, we're not therapists. We are not
No.
mental health professionals. And these are conversations that we've had with our therapist. And
Yes.
these are
Mhm.
definitely conversations that you need to have with your own mental health
Agreed.
professional, with your therapist. So
Mhm.
we're sharing our experience, but it doesn't mean it's gonna apply to you. So please, we're only here to talk about what's been going on with us and talk about our experiences. And might be the same and it might be different, but either way, these songs and these lyrics just really hit
Mm-hmm.
at something. And I can tell you, with these guys, most of their songs touch on mental health issues, on struggles, on
Mhm.
dealing with your past demons and how to reconcile that. I mean, go check them out. Like I said, they only have 2.5 thousand
Yeah.
listeners. That's just wrong.
Yep.
Go out, give them a follow, please. I think they're gonna be playing shows in the Pennsylvania area. Check them out. Go support them. These guys are
Yeah.
awesome. And I think they're the winning band this week.
Ooh. we got quite a
We are
competition.
We got
definitely getting better at this.
We are.
We're bringing A game.
these bands. All three of them are really good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Is it a little bit of everything? Got a little shoegaze, a little
Yeah.
post-hardcore, post-punk,
Metalcore.
some hardcore, some
That's
metalcore.
right.
Got something for everybody.
So if you stuck with us and you're watching right now, please let us know in the comments who you think is or if you like all three, say you like all
Yeah.
three. You know which ones are you going to follow? Give us a horns up if you followed one of these bands on Spotify right now.
Yes.
Yep.
That would be cool. I want to see. I'll be interested to see how many followers.
Hey, Figured.
Mhm.
Who'd you like this week?
Ooh.
I'm a My Veronica fan.
Oh!
I've been a My Veronica fan
I-
this whole time.
You know what? I mean, I just wanted to ask. I know you usually have we usually have your input too, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can't blame you.
I think we should
It's a
make
good band.
I
It's a
think
good
we should
band.
make Figured throw in a band every
Oh,
once
I
in a
think
while.
so
Once in a
too.
while,
I
yeah.
think
Yeah,
so.
He
I
likes-
agree.
He likes to judge and give his opinions. Let's see what you got.
I just
I
don't
agree.
want to. I don't want to embarrass you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you should turn the tables here, so to speak.
I think so,
See, I think
baby.
Madman might have a band or two that.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, he's got his own little archive of unknown bands that I think we
Yep.
all should do.
You know, Mini Mayhem's got
Yeah.
got a couple bands.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Little Grimpy.
Minnie
Mhm,
Grumpy.
Grumpy.
Oh yeah. She's gotten it.
Little
She
Gr-
helps me with some of these bands, and
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, someone I'm gonna put in my playlist
Yeah.
this
And
week.
So, Metalhead man,
He's got
some
you know
taste,
he's
man.
got
We're doing something right.
we're raising him right. Raising him
Yeah.
right.
That's right.
That's right. Cool. Well, like I say, if you've been joining us this whole time, hope you're enjoying it. Please leave us a comment. If you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Amazon Music, please also drop a comment. We love to hear from you all. We love to engage with our fans and subscribers. Let us know how we're doing. If there's a band that you think we should hear, or if you're in a band and you want us to take a listen to your music, please send us our way. Put in a comment, send us a DM on Instagram. We'd love to hear from you all. And we'll go from there.
A little game.
Do it.
So me and Figured were talking.
Okay.
We thought, what if we gave our opinions, I guess, of songs with the same title, but made by different bands, completely different songs,
No, not
completely different bands.
so like not covers.
not covers. So, example I will give you is the song title "Creep,"
Oh, Radiohead.
which was
Radiohead?
sung by Radiohead and Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh yeah. I'm half the man I used to be. Yeah, hell yeah.
yeah. So
Sounds just like him.
yeah.
Anyway,
I'm not warmed up. All right.
I like this game.
Yeah.
We're gonna put a little spin on it though.
Okay.
Okay,
What's the
I'm
spin?
gonna say the bands that have the same song title, and you guys have to guess the song title.
Oh.
And we'll still give our thoughts on which one is better, but I think that'll be more fun too.
I like it.
Okay, so
By the way, we did not rehearse this game, so
No.
you
I actually I was jolted with this idea this morning, waking up. I was like,
so
what if
There's
we
actually
talked
quite a
about-
few bands too.
oh,
we're
geez.
yeah.
this is definitely gonna be.
I'm gonna
this is
suck.
yeah.
I'm gonna suck. I'm gonna say right now. I'm
All
gonna
right,
lose.
so Creep for me is Stone Temple Pilots. Sorry, Radiohead.
For me, it's Radiohead.
But
Yeah,
It's
Radiohead
like-
for me too.
it's like neck and neck.
I'll give it to you
Ah.
because I yes,
I like the acoustic version of Creep better than the original one.
I do. Yeah, it's a good.
No, I like the original because I like the ching ching. Ching
Ah,
ching.
yeah.
Nah, I'm a I will say though, I think I'm leaning towards Radiohead because Radiohead's Creep is probably one of their most, if not the most, iconic Radiohead songs.
Yeah.
Rest recognizable. Whereas Stone Temple Pilots, it's one of their better songs, but it's not like their quintessential
Yeah.
Yeah.
song. I would say Plush is more
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always, I always talk about how there's one song that's just that band.
yeah.
Mm.
So for me, Deftones is Knife Party.
Okay. Yeah.
For me,
I was gonna say My Own Summer.
My Own Summer is
yeah.
a good
sex
one.
tape.
Yeah.
Sex tape, but that's for me.
Yeah, that's for
yeah.
me.
That's
For
it.
me, Smashing Pumpkins is Cherub Rock.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
the Smashing Pumpkins are.
Got it. That should be a game for another time.
Yeah.
That is. Yeah, 'cause I was gonna say something else.
Yeah.
And for me, for instance, what's the name of that band? Slipknot. There we go.
Oh,
Duality.
Duality.
For
Yeah.
me
Yeah. no.
is Slipknot.
oh, for me is Wait and Bleed.
You Wait and Bleed
Yeah.
is,
Yeah,
and I
duality,
think
yeah.
we all have different opinions.
That's-
And for me, both of bands, Creep is their song.
Yeah.
Really.
I think
Interesting.
Radiohead's Creep is everything Radiohead is in
Is-
one song.
Yeah.
And Creep by Stone Temple Pilots is everything they are in one song.
Ah.
But I get
I think Plush. I think Plush is more.
Plush.
I like Plush a little bit more.
I could make a case for Interstate Love Song.
Interstate
though.
Love Song.
That's probably their most popular
Ooh.
song.
Yeah, it is.
But Plush, I think is up there for me.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I agree.
And I'm a little bit of a Radiohead snob, so I get it. Yes,
Mm.
Creep is their most recognizable and most, but
It's their song.
it's
it's
their
their
song.
Yeah.
But for me, it's No Surprises.
That's what I was gonna say. No surprises.
No surprise, really?
Yeah, that's my that or Everything in Its Place, which is from Kid A.
Mm.
Not Karma Police?
I was gonna say Little
Nah.
Plastic Trees.
Little Plastic Trees is
Okay.
High and Dry.
High and Dry. Oh, High and
that-
Dry.
Oh.
Right in the
All right,
soft
all right.
spot.
I can go on. I can go on. Told you, Radiohead
Okay,
snob.
Radiohead.
snob.
Okay.
Radiohead, the better band in my opinion.
Yes, yes.
But
Creep.
Stone Temple Pilots Creep, at least for me, I can relate to it more maybe, but that's for me.
I mean, who doesn't know? I'm half the man
Yeah.
I used to be.
I'll go Radiohead.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the next one. This song was made by both The Strokes and Cage the Elephants.
The
Ooh.
Strokes and Cage the Elephant.
Yes.
So we got someday.
Oh, no, no, no.
Last night?
No.
No.
What the fuck is it?
Cage the Elephant?
Yeah, it's got 5 words in the name.
5 words?
Yeah, but they're kind of short. The first word is take.
Yeah, out to the ball game.
No, not that one. It's Take It or Leave It.
Oh,
Strokes.
take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Take it.
Told you I'm bad at this game.
Okay, I know the Strokes one, but
Uh-huh.
Cage the Elephant?
Yeah,
I'm not
it's pretty good
familiar.
too. It's
I'm not
like
familiar with
their-
that one.
Yeah, I don't know if should I play it?
Play 10 seconds from each song, I guess.
I know the Strokes one.
I know the
yeah.
Strokes one too.
It's actually the first one that pops up when you search Take It or Leave It.
Interesting.
Oh,
Okay.
Cage the Elephant one?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
I got it. I
okay,
got it.
yeah.
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 A lot more post punk.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys? Which one do you guys like better, The Strokes?
Yeah, I Strokes snob, so
You're
yeah.
a Stroke snob.
I like Cage the Elephants personally.
I
have
like
that
I like
record.
Cage the Elephant a little bit more than Stroke, so I'll go with Cage the Elephant.
I hate to do this, but it's a push for me. I can't pick.
No?
Aw.
I
Okay.
can't.
That's fair. That's fair.
I
All right.
recognize the song, but I can't tell you I know the song really well from Cage the
Yeah.
Elephant.
I listen to that song all the time. I have that album, so
Okay.
all
For
right.
Cage the Elephant?
Yeah, the Metalophobia. I think that's what it's called.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one.
Got it.
All right, next one is by The Doors and by the Jayhawks.
Doors and the Jayhawks.
Yeah, I think this one's gonna be a little harder.
Glory,
Roadhouse Blues.
No.
Gloria,
No. The first word is waiting.
Wave,
Waiting.
Oh,
waiting. Waiting for you,
No.
waiting on you,
No.
waiting to be with you.
No.
Waiting.
No.
Okay, just give us.
It's waiting for the sun.
Oh, is it Here Comes the Sun? The Jayhawks one?
That's
I have
the
no
Beatles.
idea.
That's-
no.
yeah.
Oh no,
Do-do-do-do. That's the
Yeah,
Beatles,
it's the
right?
Beatles.
I hate the
Huh.
Beatles.
Ooh,
you just
you just
referenced them?
referenced them, yeah.
All right. I'll try to do some easier ones.
Yes, please.
We'll go with this song was made by U2 and Metallica.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's also I was gonna do the one because that one has Alanis Morissette, Creed, Elton John, Kanye West, Watsky. They all have songs
Creed-
called The One.
No, Creed's is just one.
Oh.
I don't
I
think
thought-
it's.
I thought it
think
was
it's
one
one. Oh, one. Only way
I mean, between all of them,
one.
which one would you pick though?
Metallica?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I would go Metallica.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an easy one for me too.
Can we have a discussion on how U2 is like the late 80s, early 90s Nickelback.
That's a good hot take.
It's a hot
Crazy.
take.
That's a good hot take.
I don't disagree.
Don't get me wrong. They got some good songs. U2's got, I mean, With or Without You is just one of those songs
Yeah.
that just a
Bloody
kick in the
Sunday's a
gut.
good
every
song,
time.
yeah.
Bloody Sunday.
Sunday.
But overproduced, man. Like,
I get it.
You remember-
I get it actually.
Remember that when they came out with the album with which one was it? It's a beautiful day. It was like so
Mhm.
hyped, but it was like it
That's
just didn't hit.
early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, they were part of like, I think what was it? U2, Aerosmith, and Pearl Jam all put out albums like around 2003,
Yeah.
2004, and all of them just flopped because
Yeah.
new metal came in,
mhm.
and rock fans were like, "No, we don't want that shit." Right?
Yeah, I think I don't know. U2, I like some of their songs. I just way overproduced. I mean, it got to the point where they're just like inserting their music on your phone. Like they literally, if you have an iPhone, you probably have a U2 album
That's
on
the
your.
album that it came with, right? Was the
Yeah, I remember that.
And like I didn't listen to it. Like,
I gotta be honest. I mean, I know and I'll recognize songs, but I not something I listen to.
I mean, if I got free tickets, I'll go.
yeah, don't get me
fine.
wrong.
I'll
Like
go see
they
it.
got some really cool stuff, like that dome thing.
Oh,
that
Oh, that
thing
was
that they did in
cool.
I
Vegas.
would go.
Yeah.
I would go see that. I
I would
like
go
them enough to go see that, but I'm not gonna walk into a record store like, "Hey, you got that U2 from 30 years ago?"
No, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm
let's go
Metallica
to
on
the
this
next
one.
one.
Metallica.
You know,
Metallica one is at least my opinion, the Metallica song. That's the song that Metallica sounds
well,
like.
that's a lot. I mean, that was
Yeah.
their first music video. So for a lot of people, one
Mhm.
was their first taste of Metallica. I mean,
Yeah.
that was the song they performed on the Grammys in 1989.
the guitars on that song are fucking insane.
Yeah, they're crazy.
They out guitar the Smashing Pumpkins on that song.
Well, okay, a lot of people take like I know for me, I mentioned last week, Master of Puppets is by far my favorite album. But when you think about in terms of like mastery of their craft,
Mhm.
Master of Puppets was probably the most influential. But Injustice for All, I think musically
Mhm.
was their best album.
Yeah.
It's just like the technicality of the music, the way they're
Mhm.
built, time signature changes, everything
Mhm.
on all the songs on all the album was just wow.
Yeah.
How many times do they play one live?
Every single night.
Mhm.
Every single night they play one.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a rotation of like 4 songs that they will play no matter what. One,
Mm-hmm.
For Whom the Bell Tolls, Enter Sandman, and Master of Puppets.
And because it's their
It's
song.
their song, yeah.
Their song.
Well, it introduced the double bass pedal.
Yeah.
it did.
Oh.
Lars Ulrich with the
Mhm.
after that, everyone started using double bass pedal, you know?
But the dueling solos too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
oh my, I got chills even
No.
just thinking about it. Okay.
And that music video.
Yeah.
The whole song is just a fucking kick in the nuts.
It
Dude.
really
Like,
is.
That is a hard song.
All right, next one.
All right. The next one is by The Firm, Kings of Leon, and Imagine Dragons.
The Firm?
The Firm, Kings of Leon, and
Oh.
Imagine Dragons.
Okay, it's not Sex on Fire, I hope.
No.
Let's not use somebody.
No.
Bucket?
No.
Molly Chamber?
No. It is a one-word.
Kings of Leon and Imagine Dragon. Radioactive?
Yes.
Oh! That was just a guess,
Yes.
bro.
Kings of
Yeah,
Leon,
The Firm's Radioactive was from 1985, and Kings of Leon's Radioactive was from 2010.
Did they release it? I don't think they released that as a single, did they?
Pretty sure.
Not as I'm not sure about single.
I just guessed
Can
the
we play
Imagine
10
Dragons.
seconds of it? The
Mhm.
Kings of Leon one, please?
Yeah.
I just know the Imagine Dragons.
I know the Imagine Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Radioactive.
So
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just
Yeah,
didn't-
right.
I didn't know. I didn't know
Yeah.
this one's called Radioactive.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know.
And here's The Firm.
mm-hmm. Definitely 80s.
Yeah, definitely. it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do know it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Imagine Dragons on this one.
It's the one I recognize. It's
also
the only one I knew
Yeah.
at the top of my head.
Also, Bullet for My Valentine has a song called Radioactive.
Mm.
Cool. I'm gonna go Imagine Dragons on this.
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
it's their most popular.
It's their most popular, and I think Imagine Dragons is misunderstood.
Mm.
People hate them, like they hate Morrissey, and I don't get it. They're not like a straight rock. Like I think they're wanting like 9 Inch Nails or something. They're an alt pop band.
Yeah.
And they admit it.
Yeah.
Like they're not trying to be this industrial
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
But they're a good pop band.
They make good music.
They good music that
Yeah.
people like.
Mm.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And you'll even get caught singing the lyrics to an Imagine Dragons song.
First things first, I'm a yeah, I don't know the
Yeah,
word. I know the song.
don't get me wrong. Some of their music is just kind of ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
it's just overproduced. That song
That
being one
song,
of them.
Yeah.
But they're not bad. I think if you're like one of these rock purists that you can only listen to rock music, then maybe that's your problem. But they're not really that bad.
I think I'd hate more like on a Maroon 5 that bills
Yeah.
itself as a rock band, but
Mhm.
come on.
There was a meme of
Mhm.
Adam Levine and all his tattoos. Is like, that music does not warrant him having that many
Yeah.
tattoos.
It doesn't.
I'll hate on that more than
I will
Imagine Dragons. They don't bill themselves as we're a rock band.
I will say, like, I think Imagine Dragons and AWOL Nation are very similar.
Yes.
Very similar. And as much as I like Imagine, I think I would take AWOL Nation.
AWOL
Mm.
Nation is more industrial
Edgy.
rocky.
Yeah.
kind of
There you
stuff.
go.
Imagine Dragons will venture into. They came out with a song a couple of years ago. It was just all pop. Like
Yeah.
it was just a pop song, and it was good. I mean, not my taste. It was good though.
Yeah.
So they make good music, but it's intended for a different audience. I think AWOL Nation has some really great songs.
Yeah.
And they appeal more to me because I'm a fan of like Stabbing Westward, 9 Inch
Yeah.
Nails, Sleigh Bells, like the industrial stuff that.
Well, Sail, it was just so
Mhm.
freaking, it was so different. It sounded like nothing.
Yeah.
And it like the blame it on my ADD.
Yeah.
Like to me, I was like,
Yeah, they came around the time that All J came out as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Yeah.
All J and Imagine Dragons all in the same area.
This was like
Uh,
early
that was
2010s.
early
Yeah.
2010.
early
You know,
2010s,
also
yeah.
21 Pilots came out in the same
21
era.
Pilots
That's
came out at the
insane.
same
So,
time.
And that's another kind of rock / pop.
Yeah,
duo.
so yeah, you have Imagine Dragons, 21 Pilots going pop route, and
But
then you
then
have
AWOL
AWOL Nation,
yeah.
All J going
Mm-hmm.
rock route. So I'm not gonna say they're all the same band. I think it's just misunderstood.
I forgot about
21
that.
Pilots get some hate too, and I don't
Yeah.
get that. They
love-
make some really
I
great.
love
good.
21 Pilots.
hmm
This is what we do all day, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to the next one.
Okay.
This one is called. Oh wait, never mind. The bands are Foo Fighters and Tom Petty.
Ooh,
Fighters
you don't
and
know
Tom
how
Petty.
it feels
No, it's not that one.
to be
Me.
Let It Die.
Our parents wouldn't let us listen to that song
You
because
get
it
in trouble.
says, "Let's get to the point. Let's smoke another
The
joint."
joint. Yeah.
Oh.
Our parent got so mad. Shut off the radio.
It was the devil's music,
The
Shut
Devil's
the radio.
and I was like, "Dude, it's Tom Petty."
Tom Petty's like
Tom Petty.
everyone's grandpa.
He's like Hulk Hogan with hair.
Oh man.
All
Tom
right.
Petty and Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Everlong.
No.
Pretender.
The first word is learning.
Learn to
Learning to
Fly?
fly.
Yeah.
That's true. Learning to fly without wings. The Tom Petty song. I
Uh-huh.
remember that one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go Foo Fighters because I don't even know the. Tom Petty.
I'm going Tom Petty. He's a goddamn genius.
Yeah, he is. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I will say, like, kind of going back to the same argument with Stones and Pilots and Radiohead, like,
Mhm.
Learning to Fly was probably Foo Fighters' most mainstream, but it's
Mhm.
not like their song.
No, it isn't.
My Hero is their
Yeah, My
song.
Hero is
Yeah.
their song.
That's-
Everlong.
Everlong. That's Foo Fighters. But like with Tom Petty, I mean, you can say the same case. 'Cause that's not even Tom Petty's most famous song.
No,
Free Falling is probably your
Free
most
Falling.
Yeah.
Free
popular.
Falling. For me, it's Last Dance. Was it?
Last
Dance with Mary J.
Oh,
For me,
yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
Tom Petty song.
Yeah.
Yeah, Last Dance. I like John Frusciante totally ripped that chord progression for was it Danny California?
Yeah.
Just
Ding,
you
ding,
play
ding,
those
ding,
two
ding,
songs.
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your homework: listen to Danny California by Red Hot Chili Peppers and Last Dance with Mary Jane by Tom Petty back to back.
Uh-huh.
Exact same
And
chord
then
progression.
Freebird by Leonard Skinner in there.
Oh yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
All right, we'll go to the next one. This
Okay.
song was made by Oasis and Blur.
Song number 2.
No, it wasn't that one.
Don't Look Back in Anger.
No.
I know.
Wonderwall.
Yeah, I know 3 Oasis songs. Wonderwall,
Champagne Supernova.
Champagne Supernova.
Well, whatever it is,
It was Fade
I'll
Away.
pick Blur.
What is it?
Fade Away.
Fade Away.
Fade Away.
Either way, I'll pick Blur.
Yeah.
Don't know the songs.
Yeah,
I'll
already
pick
know
Blur.
that.
I don't know either of their fadeaways.
I don't know
Yeah.
either.
I know Blur's Fade Away. It's pretty alright.
Mhm.
All right.
All right,
I'll
we'll
pick
go
one.
with another Foo Fighters song.
Ooh.
All right, we'll go with Foo Fighters and Dr. Dog.
Foo Fighters and Dr. Dog.
Best of You.
No.
Everlong.
No.
My Hero.
No.
Monkey
J-
Wrench.
Monkey Wrench.
It
I love that song,
I
dude.
do.
I love that song.
sounds more like a Dr. Dog song than it sounds like a Foo Fighters song. Like the title.
The Pretender.
No.
No.
Let It Die.
No.
I'm just gonna start naming
The
Dr.
Foo Fighters
Dog
song.
song. The Sun.
No, it's not the Sun. It's These Days.
Oh.
These days.
Yeah, play the Dr. Dog one.
I know the Dr. Dog one. I don't know the Foo Fighter one.
I don't know the Foo Fighter one.
Yeah.
Oh, it also looks like Wallows has a song by that called
Oh.
These Days as well.
Oh, I know
Wallows.
the Wallows one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pick the Wallows.
And the Strokes have one. Oh no, wait, never
No.
mind. It's the lyrics.
Okay, yeah.
And then
Well, I'm a Dr. Dog fan. I love Dr. Dog more
I
than
know-
I
I know
love
it's-
Wallows.
I didn't know it was called These Days. That's well, it's not that.
I'm not a Foo Fighters like diehard fan, but
this is Dr. Dogs.
yeah.
I honestly didn't even recognize that Foo Fighter song.
I think I was just under the assumption it was called One of These Days.
Yeah.
Not These
Yeah, that
Days.
makes sense. And then here's
Yeah,
Wallows.
I love this song.
This song
dude.
is so good.
Wallows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all those songs are great. I'm a Dr. Dog fan.
Oh,
I love
okay.
Dr. Dog too.
Apparently, I didn't look into this title enough because there's like a whole bunch. Wallows, Alien Ant Farm, The Black Keys, Rascal Flats, Nico, Orion Sun, Connor Price, Neil
Alien Ant Farm,
Francis,
Alien Ant Farm. Very-
Highly Suspects.
Alien Ant Farm's very underrated.
Very
Yeah,
underrated.
There's some quote unquote one hit wonders that have actually really great
But
music.
they're not. They had movies.
They had movies, but I don't
And then
think
and then Smooth Criminal.
yeah.
They had a few other ones, but
Mhm.
like to me, movies was like on. You know how like whenever you had a CD burner, you would burn a bunch of mixed CDs, but they all end up being
the same
songs, but
CD. Yeah.
movies was always on one of my CDs.
Okay.
Was on one of my CDs.
All right, the last one we'll go with is a My Veronica song and a Pine Grove song. Yeah.
I'm out.
Uh,
Just put on the two songs.
it's called Need To.
Oh, okay.
So we heard the My Veronica song earlier.
Wait,
Yeah.
need
Need
T-O?
to.
Or
Need
T- TWO?
Need and then the number 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
I could play the Pine Grove one.
Okay. I
It's really like
say I've never heard this.
sad-ish.
Pine Grove? I have, but
I probably have. I just don't remember the. Ooh, okay.
Also, this is the Pine Grove song.
How many monthly listeners do they have?
4 million.
Yeah.
We are very ignorant. when it
Yes.
comes to
We want to have a music podcast.
They're
that's
really good.
That's the thing. Like when we go through our research, sometimes I find something great, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
yes. And I
There's like
look, and I'm like,
30
this
million.
guy has like 20 million. Where have
Yeah.
I
Where
been?
Let's go. Yeah.
Because had a Perfume Genius moment.
Yeah.
People in the chat are probably gonna like, you guys don't fucking know who these people are.
Yeah,
I
know.
know. Are you serious?
For me, last year, I Backseat Lovers.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this must be a great small band, and I look and they have millions and millions of followers. I was like, oh,
They
Guess
were
I'm just
really
late to the party.
small. Like whenever I forget what album it was, but they came out with one of their albums and everybody was like, "Oh, this is so good. It's underground and stuff." And then they came out with Maple Syrup and then they just blew up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna have to check them out. But speaking of bands
Yep.
that we should know, let's get into our playlist.
Ooh, let's do it.
So every week we put together a playlist of what we're listening to that week, not just the smaller bands, but larger bands as well. We do a lot of research. We would love to feature all of these bands, but
Yeah.
we honestly just don't have the time. It would be impossible. But each of us puts a few artists and songs on the playlist that we think you should be listening to.
Yep.
I'll go with mine. My first one is Hani Al Khatib.
Oh, yeah, you were playing that a little bit there.
Playing it earlier. Holy shit.
They are really good.
There you go.
He is very good. He has 200,000 listeners per month, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Imagine the Black Keys if they were good.
Oh,
They are good.
Yeah. I mean, they were good at one point, then the divorces, and then Vanessa Carlton like slaps you or something, and like they
What?
just kind of fell off. Yeah, it's drama.
Oh.
Anyway, this guy, I cannot find a bad song in his catalog.
Wow.
It's a bold statement.
Very bold.
I challenge you. Homework. Find a bad song made by this man. It's so good. You could definitely hear the influences of classic rock. You could hear some of like I'm gonna say doo-wop, but kind of like that classic rock kind of sound,
Okay.
and even disco.
Let's go. Okay.
Even disco, and an incredible artist. And the fact that he only has 200,000 listeners pisses me off.
Oh, wow.
Very good. I added Sonic Reducer. There's some good punk music coming out of Australia.
Yeah. There
You know
you go.
what? Australia's having a movement right now.
They got this is really good. At first I had trouble determining if they're from like the UK or Australia. I don't care. Any punk music when you have that kind of accent from the lead singer is
Yeah.
just automatically rises to the top. Great band, 15.2 thousand listeners per month.
Wow.
And this last band is exhausting because they're so good.
Oh.
They are a Rye girl band from Scotland. They're called Bradicus.
Bradicus.
I won't even try a Scottish accent on that one. Only about 1,400 listeners per month.
Wow.
It was like getting a Doc Martin kick right in the sternum.
They are
Dang.
really good. I love Bradicus.
Oh my god. They got 2 singles on Spotify. Holy shit.
I gotta
They
write that down, yeah.
if you listen to the music after those 2 songs, you're gonna be exhausted. They're
Really?
that good. But
All
those
right.
are the bands that I added. Check
Nice.
them out.
All right.
Hi.
Mr.
Wanna go
Groupie?
next, or I'm gonna go next.
I'll go next.
Okay.
I'll go next. So, I mentioned earlier I went to a certain concert earlier this week. So, I had to put the Follow Troy
Yeah,
into
that's- yeah.
into my weekly playlist. So yeah, I have that FCP remix song that we had in the intro.
Yep.
Mhm.
I have it there, and then one of my personal favorites that they played as well, Act 1 Scene 1. It was just really cool having going to a concert. They're touring to celebrate the 20th year anniversary of one of their most successful albums,
Yeah.
Doppelganger. It was really cool listening, seeing all these 30-year-old adults, some coming straight from their business attire
Yeah.
work, straight to this concert and moshing.
Attempting a mosh pit.
It's kind of what it was like at the Soul Asylum concert.
Oh, remember that?
Nobody got ID checked or anything. They were
Yeah,
just like-
The bouncer had to be like, "Figure, wait, are you 21?"
And then I was like, haha, no.
He's the
He was
only
like-
guy with his X's on his.
He's like, wait,
Like-
let me find a Sharpie real quick.
yeah, pretty much.
Are you here on purpose? Are you being held against your will?
no,
Are you here with your father? No,
Do you
my
know
uncle.
this? Do you know this guy, sir?
but no, it was actually. I thought it was pretty cool, and you see
Yeah.
the mosh started and people got into it, but then about a song later, it's like, all right, let's take a break. We can't keep this
Can't
up all
keep this
show.
up, yeah.
Even the artists from Fall of Troy were like, all right, let's take a quick
take a
intermission.
breather.
Passing around the bottle of Motrin.
But
Inhaler.
so yeah, I added them to my playlist. You know, one of my favorite personal bands for the past 20 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
They're a good one.
also they had an opening band called Origami Button.
Okay.
Origami button.
So, the guy had a British accent,
Mm-hmm.
so I had to look him up. Yeah, they came across the Pacific to tour with the Fall of Troy, and
Pacific or the Atlantic?
the Atlantic.
They could still go
Atlantic.
Pacific, but
They
it's
could
go-
go- it's a long way.
a significantly
Longer.
longer trip.
But they Origami Button, lead singer, man. Ooh,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the dude can sing. I mean, great band, great music, but just his emotion, just his presence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh, you just felt it through you.
Dang.
Relatively small band, about 30,000 monthly listeners.
Mm-hmm.
So I went ahead and I added a song from them out there, Penance Permission. One of the ones that stood out for me when they were playing.
Mhm.
So go check them out. They're actually a very good band. Not post-hardcore like Fall of Troy,
Mm-hmm.
but I'd still call it kind of shoegazy.
Okay.
Okay.
I added our boy Kuko.
Oh, Kuko's new one.
His new album drops this weekend or drops
Yep.
today. Whenever we're listening, but
Every single song is so good.
I love Kuko, and he switched it up, and I added a song out there for those Kuko lovers.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally I added doing my research, trying to listen to new bands, and I was asked to stop when we were listening to by Mini Groupie. She's
Mhm.
like, ooh, I like that sound.
Mm.
Okay.
So they're called Ting Tang Tina.
Ting Tang Tinga.
Ting
Okay.
Tang Tina. They are from Fort Worth,
Okay.
Okay.
about 5,000 monthly listeners.
Okay.
Added a song called Pansy.
Okay.
They got that that indie kind of sound.
Mm-hmm.
It was very kind of a yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked it a
Interesting.
lot.
Okay.
Need to do more research on them, figure out more of their catalog. They might
Mhm.
get a feature.
Oh,
the near
you
future.
don't say.
But
Oh,
Ting Tang Tina. Go ahead and
Okay.
listen to them.
all right. Cool. Well, last week we brought up The Used,
Yes.
Ooh. Okay.
and I kind of took a trip down memory lane and just played the whole freaking album, their debut album
Oh yeah.
from front to back, because I mentioned that it was my unskippable album.
Mhm.
Holy crap!
It hits.
It to me like a time machine. It was like I closed my eyes and I imagined I was in my shitty Camaro.
Yep.
Like I'm talking like old like 90s, like
Mm-hmm.
with a busted speaker and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm 260 air conditioner,
Yeah.
right? The two windows going 60 miles an hour. That was my air conditioner.
No carpet.
No carpet, nothing. But man, that album just still hits today. So I added a box full of sharp objects. That's my
Oh,
favorite song.
It's a
a good
kick
one.
in the
Oh.
gut. That entire album.
Just-
oh my god.
But it's sad, but it's uplifting.
yeah.
It's happy, but it's devastating. It's so complex.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that album is just so amazing to me. So I added that one. This next band, they're from Switzerland. They're called My Last Hour.
Okay.
I think I added one of their songs like from playlist a long time ago,
Mhm.
but I added a song "Everything Is Great." It starts off very slow, but when you hear the words, like when when someone comes in, we talk about, "Hey, how you doing?" Oh, everything's great, but it's not.
You know it's not.
So it's like what we tell people, and sometimes what we tell ourselves. Everything's great, but it's not. And later on, the
Mhm.
lyrics talks about like nothing is okay, nothing is great.
Yep.
It's like wow, and then it gets heavier later. So they only have 771 listeners, 771.
Whoa.
That's it. They're very
Wow.
good.
Okay.
A next band is from Massachusetts. They're called Every Waking Moment. They have 12K listeners. They're really good. I had a song called Fear. Really good, more alternative, like alternative metal than anything, not necessarily metalcore, but really hard, really crunchy, really. And then I added another song from Too Early to Tell. This is a band I featured a few episodes ago, like maybe like 3 or 4 episodes ago. They're an alternative band from Long Island. Only 1.5K listeners. They're so good. They're grungy. They're alternative. Miss Chaotic jammed out to them. She's like,
Yeah.
"Who are these guys? They're really good." So I had a song called "Me Versus Myself," which I think a lot of us feel sometimes, right?
Yes.
So, and we were able to reach out to Too Early to Tell via Instagram. So, what's up, guys? And hopefully, maybe we'll talk to them soon. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll
we shall-
see.
We shall see.
We'll keep you updated there. So yeah. Wow, we had a lot of fun. If you have joined us, thank you so much. Keep chatting and let us know how we did. Thank you for joining on this special Mother's Day edition of Rock Mental. Hopefully, if you're new here, you hit that subscribe button. And if you have hit the subscribe button, thank you. And make sure to tell your friends. We also make sure we got some Rock Mental merch. So we got some Sonder Mountain collab here. Thanks to Kip Grange and Sonder Mountain. We got a hat design
Shout out Thunder Mountain.
there. Sup.
Yep.
And then we also have our Rock Mental merch store. You can find all these at rockmental.com. And it's really cool stuff. It helps us do what we do, help you bring the music. And plus they're really cool. So we got some like cool like psychedelic designs, we got cool like metal designs, we have cool like punk designs. So we're trying to cover every corner of rock. So
Yeah.
go on there, check it out, and help us out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget rockmental.com/help. We got a lot of resources for you all, and we're still looking for more. 988 obviously should be preloaded on your phone. If not, add it. And that's probably the easiest and fastest way to get help or advice. We also have Helping Survivors. If you know of, or if you are a victim of sexual abuse or sexual assault, there's a lot of great information on there, and potentially some legal assistance. And our most recent partnership with Heads Up Guys. You all have homework. Go take a test. It is a survey that helps, I guess, look at your symptoms to let you know maybe you need to talk to somebody, or pointing towards depression or something like that. Take a look. Believe me, it's worth it. But that's on our website again, rockmental.com/help.
And guys, thank you for joining us on this special edition episode. Wait for come back next week. We'll be live again. We'll have more music, we'll have more fun games, and we'll miss interacting with you guys. So please join us next week. As always, look out during the week. We'll still have a Beyond the Pit and a lot of other content in our socials. So keep on the lookout.
Speaking of socials,
yes.
head over to @RockMentalOfficial on pretty much everything. Head over to rockmental.com for the posts. Like, that's going to be the first place where we talk to you guys about stuff. And yeah, thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting and sharing and all that jazz. So keep it up.
And we're going to be going to a few concerts here this coming week. So we will give recaps both on social media and on our blog. So make sure you keep up to date on social media, rockmental.com. And last but not least, Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
To all those rockin' moms out there.
Yes.
We love you.
Day.
Doing an awesome job. And just have an amazing day. Make sure the men in your life treat you well.
That's right.
Cool. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you for joining. Keep rocking. Have a kick-ass week. We'll see you guys next time.
Yes.
Again.
Follow Troy, but He's the lead guitarist and the singer
That's
That's tough, dude.
That's tough.
with this rhythm that he's got.